Hi friends, it's Miss Brenda. Today we're going to do another speech and language lesson. We're going to do a News to You reading. So this is a new one about growing food. So let me share my screen. So just like we normally do, we are going to first read the story. After we read the story, there's going to be a review, but I will not answer the questions until the end. Okay? So I want you to try your best. Okay, so this is about growing food at home. So we're going to read the story. Many people grow food at home. Most people start growing food in spring. The weather becomes warmer in spring. So that's why people want to grow the food in spring, because the weather changes. This spring, more people want to grow food. So we can stop and think about why. Before I read, why do you think people want to start growing more food now? Let's find out. People are staying home because of the coronavirus. They want to stay away from crowds. So here's a little picture of crowds. Crowds means a whole bunch of people. So if you go to Walmart or the grocery store, there is a whole lot of people. And that's not a good thing to be in crowds right now, because that's how we can spread the disease. So that's why a lot of people are staying home. And this is why people want to start growing their own food, so they don't have to go into the crowds and into the grocery stores as often. And like I just said, people want to go to the grocery stores less often. People want to grow food at home instead. Growing food can be fun. It's a cool hobby. So when you're staying home, that's something you could do. You can plant seeds and grow fruits and vegetables. We'll find out about more of that as we read. First, people choose places to grow food. Many people grow food in gardens, right? So that can be in your backyard, it could be in your front yard. The gardens may be in backyards, like I said. Some people grow food in pots. The pots may be on windowsills or porches. People choose the kinds of foods to grow. People may grow vegetables. So here are some examples of some vegetables you can grow in a garden. You can grow green beans. You can grow corn, peppers, carrots, and spinach. And there's many more, but those are just some examples of some things that you can grow yourself. People also grow fruits. So here's some fruits that you can grow. You can grow blueberries, watermelons, raspberries, strawberries, and grapes. And there's many more fruits you can grow. Like my dad grows pineapples in his backyard. So that's pretty cool. Some people grow limes and bananas. Okay. So how do we start? If we want to start a garden in our backyard or wherever, we have to start with something. So first, people buy seeds to grow the food, and they put the seeds into the dirt. So that could be right in your backyard, like we talked about, or that dirt could be in the pots. People pour water into the seeds. The seeds become plants. So we need water and sunlight for these seeds to grow and turn into plants. The food grows on the plants. People must wait for the food to become ripe. So see a picture right here under the word ripe? See how this banana is green? That means it's not ready. So we wouldn't pick that banana before it's ready. We want to wait till it's nice and yellow and ready to eat. So people pick the ripe food. Sometimes people eat the food right away. Or sometimes they can freeze the food for later. So that's a way of keeping our food fresh. We can put things in the freezer so they stay for a while. Because if we're growing bananas, we can't keep bananas out on the counter for 2 months, right? That would go bad. They definitely would not be ripe. But if you want to keep it for a long period of time, you can put it in the freezer. People may use the food to make recipes. Someone might use vegetables to make a sandwich, salad, or soup. You can use vegetables in anything. And you can use fruits to make recipes too. You can use fruits to make smoothies, a fruit salad, or pie, like an apple pie, cherry pie. Lots of things you can do. So many people are growing food at home. People are growing food in gardens and pots. The food includes vegetables and fruits. Anyone can grow food. Would you like to grow food? This kind of inspired me. Now I want to grow a garden and have some of my own food. It's a good idea if you don't want to go to the grocery store all the time, but it takes time and it needs water and sunlight. Okay, so that was our story. So now we're going to get into the review. Okay, so I'm going to ask the questions and I want you to try your best to answer. You can touch your screen to the answer. You can say your answer out loud, or you can print out your review sheet and circle your answers, whatever you want to do. And like I said, in every video, you can pause if you need more time, or you can go back and listen to the story again. Okay, number 1, what is this paper about? We've done videos for all of these stories. So was this paper about how the Irwin family helps animals? Was it about growing food at home? Or was it about thanking hospital workers? Let me make it bigger for you guys. There we go. So what was our story about? Okay, number 2. What become plants? Okay, so we talked about something in the story and it needs sunlight and water, and with those two things, it turns into a plant. So what can turn into a plant? Rocks, marbles, or seeds? Okay, number 3. Where do many people grow food? Okay, so it's a where question, so we're looking for a place. Where can we grow food? Too big? Okay. Can we grow food in our swimming pools? Can we grow food in parking lots? Or can we grow food in gardens? Okay, number 4. When do many people start growing food? Okay, so for a question that has when in it, we're looking for a time. So when do people start growing food? This was in the beginning of the story. Do we grow food in the spring? Do we grow food on winter break? Or do we grow food during bedtime? Okay, 2 more questions. Number 5. Okay, what are watermelons and blueberries? Okay, so we're looking for a category here. So what are watermelons and blueberries? Are they fruits? Are watermelon and blueberries vegetables? Or are watermelon and blueberries meats? Okay, last question. What is a food that people can grow? Hint, hint, they were talking about fruits and vegetables in the story. So what's something that we can grow? Can we grow bread? can we grow carrots? Or can we grow cheese? Okay, those were all of our questions. So I'm going to go back up to question number 1 and reveal the answers. Okay, so number 1, what is this paper about? Well, we did read about all 3 things, but this paper was about growing food at home. So this was the answer, growing food at home. Number 2 was what becomes plants? So we weren't talking about rocks. Marbles weren't in the story at all. We can't grow anything from marbles, but you can grow things from seeds. Okay, so if you remember earlier in the story, you plant the seeds in the dirt, you put water on it, and it needs sunlight to grow, and that seed sprouts out into a plant. And then that plant will form the fruits and vegetables that we can eat. Where do many people grow food? So people do not grow food in swimming pools, and they do not grow food in parking lots, but we grow food in gardens. So gardens is the answer. So that can be in our backyards, or that can be in pots. And we can put those pots on our porches or on our windowsill. When do many people start growing food? So people start growing food in the springtime, because that's when the weather starts to get nice and warm, and that's what the plants like. Plants like nice warm weather. So we grow food in the spring. Okay. What are watermelons and blueberries? I like this question. It's a category question. So a watermelon and a blueberry, let's start backwards. They're definitely not meats. And a watermelon and blueberry are not vegetables, but they are fruits. So you have the apple, the orange, and the banana. So the watermelon and blueberry would fit into this category. They are fruits. And the last question, what is something that we can grow? We can grow carrots. Because in our story, we learn that we can grow fruits and vegetables, and carrots are vegetables. So we can grow carrots. Okay, so that ends our review. And if you needed help answering the questions from before, you can always go back to your story. You can rewind, and then you'll see all the answers are in here. Okay, well, we are done with today's lesson. I hope you learned something, and I hope you had fun. So I will see you all next time. Bye, friends.